It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Set, red, 90, wall. Keep it up, defense. Blue dog working, blue dog working. Check. Set, go.
On first and 10, Franks. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Here we go. 50, plant. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Let's go.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try the left side. McFarland. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Check out the hot. Leo. And down.
On 2nd down now. McFarland. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in.
And it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And an alley to run. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Franks, he's going to go up, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan?
There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 20, 10, 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bailey got the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
Yeah, we'll see how determined they are. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. And Lobo. Now watch one.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That good for 19 and a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Set. Let's go. 8. Read. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, come on. Set.
2nd and 13. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. Here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Mike, 58, right there.
61, matchbox, light.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got his tight end Fant. And some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Franks. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Franks. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
This is Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there, and big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. Check. Look. Squeeze.
Go. Ready.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Jacobs, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Back to throw. Franks. And he'll find Moreau here. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bailey got the extra point in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Returnable here for Davis. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Come on. 53 the mic.
On first down, Franks. And he completes it to Westbrook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Franks. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On third down, Franks. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Topper! Topper!
Come get some. Come on.
Hey!
He don't want it. Check nickel.
Hey! High 7!
58's the money. 58's the money. Here we go. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you.
Go! Shoot.
Block taking the snap and 1. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
McManus's point after is good, and that will get him one closer. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
I got you.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
No. Off. Grace don't travel.
From the gun, Franks, and that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. 80 weapons.
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
51. Let's go.
Go.
51. Watch the curl.
Now.
51's the ball.
Go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
Let's go. Do it.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the Bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Ready. Let's go. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. 9:53. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks. It's caught. Jones. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. On 1st down. It's Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Franks. His throw incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Franks. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready, set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, McFarland, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Locke working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. To throw it is Locke. And a big loss loss here as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They look to throw. It's Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for him. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Yep.
Go now. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey, tight.
Hey, wahoo!
Locke to throw for it on fourth. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, watch it.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. And he rifles one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Here's Locke to throw. This is the tight end Fant. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reach. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. On first down, it's Jacobs. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Got it. High 7. Let's go. Recon 132 fight. Here we go. Check this. Squeeze. Get in there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franks, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He completes it to Jones.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
53, check 53.
In your face. Box trap. Ready, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Hey.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Noah Fant. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
42's mine. 42's mine. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Locke gonna go on 4th down. And he's gonna be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Franks to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.